We've been in the drought conditions many times before, but this time it seems different.
That's what one neighbor told me after hearing Governor Abbott's fiery statement on Corpus Christi's water situation. Tonight, how city leaders are reacting and the new action taken by the mayor. Chris 6 News at 5 starts right now. Thank you for joining us. I'm Clara Benitez Cortez. All eyes tonight on our water crisis after Governor Greg Abbott had this to say about the situation and how city leaders have handled it.
We provided them with $750 million, $750 million in funding for them to address their water problem. You know what they did? They squandered it, and then they changed their plan, and then they were indecisive about what to do. Corpus Christi is a victim not because of lack of water. They're a victim because of a lack of ability to make a decision.
Abbott says they are fully committed to making sure that neighbors have water just like the rest of Texas. Well, tonight we're hearing from city leaders and their response to Abbott's statement. We spoke to multiple city council members on what they think they need to be done right now, with Governor Abbott threatening state intervention into the city of Corpus Christi. Here's what they had to say.
I think the dialogue is that we've got to come together as a community and we've got to work together.
And ego needs to get out of the way, and we need to understand that we have a responsibility to fulfill.
It's hard for us to get the communication out as for what we're trying to accomplish.
City leaders also spoke on the $750 million number that the governor says was squandered by the city.
The $750 million that they've used, that he's addressing, it's true. We haven't really used that money, but we've probably squandered 50 to 60 million.
Squander is a really bad word because $750 million the city has not gotten. We have not pulled the trigger on that.
If you're giving us $750 million right now, free money for the people of Corpus Christi, it's approved. Let's do it. You know, it'd be a done deal.
That $750 million is a SWIFT loan. We pulled $220 million of it, but we didn't spend it all. It's still sitting in an account, and the other $500 million we haven't even taken yet.
City council members also spoke on the different projects that are being worked on to secure water for the coastal bend.
The wastewater reuse project, where we have Valero and Flint Hills signing contracts with us to buy the reclaimed water. So there have been projects that we're doing that are in place that will get us water sooner and quicker than the Inner Harbor desal project or any desal project.
They have focused on desal. Now, it will happen while we're here, one way or the other, because we have to have desal, but we're going to vet it.
Councilmember Eric Antu also adds right now there is no situation where the residents of Corpus Christi will turn on their faucets and run out of water. Corpus Christi Mayor Paula Guajardo is calling for an emergency meeting to vote on the Inner Harbor desalination project. Guajardo made the announcement on social media today, saying this will enable the city to utilize the $750 million allocated by the state. She says the date for this meeting will be announced by Friday. A petition calling for the removal of Mayor Paula Guajardo will be on the agenda for March 24th City Council meeting. The petition was filed by Rachel Caballero, a local resident and outspoken critic of the mayor. Council members Carolyn Vaughn, Gil Hernandez, and Eric Antu asked the petition to be placed on the council agenda for that March 24th meeting. The petition calls for the removal of the mayor on the grounds of misconduct, incompetence, and willful neglect in the performance of official duties.
I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Adam Beam, and chances are you've seen this video of Governor Greg Abbott talking about our current water conditions.
We've been actively involved in it going back a long time.
But let's take a look at what he said and what it means. $750 million. As the governor emphasized, that's $750 million. But the thing is, that amount of money isn't just sitting in a vault somewhere. Much of the funds are actually loans approved to the city through the Texas Water Development Board. And they were given to the city with one goal in mind: desal. A project you might remember was halted and then restarted.
You put $1 billion of debt on the backs of residents, they're going to be paying that off for the next 30 years.
Following that vote, city leaders wanted to allocate the money to other water projects and infrastructure, but that plan wasn't feasible. Look at it this way. Let's say you get a loan for a house. The person that gave it to you specifically wants you to buy a house. You do the paperwork, go through the process of everything for that house, maybe you even put some funds into it, but then you decide not to take it. Instead, you ask if you can now take that loaned money and use it to buy 3 apartments instead. So yes, the state has approved a lot of money to Corpus Christi when it comes to water, but it's a bit more complicated than a one-time check for millions. I'm Adam Beam for Chris 6 News.
Adam, thank you. So how did we get here? Corpus Christi's quest for desal began back in 2017 when city leaders first explored solutions for future water shortages. Since then, the city has held public forums, submitted permit applications, and debated where the plant should go. Harbor Island and Inner Harbor among the top contenders. Funding and environmental concerns have sparked community debate, especially from neighboring towns like Sinton. Now, our water shortage has brought criticism from state leaders. Several neighbors are sounding off about the governor's response about Corpus Christi's water crisis. Now, we saw your comments on social media, but wanted to go and ask in person. So I went to downtown to the Nueces County Courthouse to see what neighbors had to say about the Governor Abbott's heated response. Here's what they had to say.
I don't know how much of it to believe.
You don't know how much of it to believe? How long have you lived in Corpus Christi?
Probably 50 years.
50 years.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever think we were going to be in a water crisis?
Not this bad.
Well, I feel good that someone's going to take care of it. If they can't make the decision, then I guess it has to be made for them.
So you would be okay with the state of Texas taking over decisions to potentially find a solution?
Yeah, of course. We need water. Everybody needs water.
There definitely needs to be a plan, and they do need to come together and make a decision so we can move forward. No one wants to go take a shower and there's no running water, you know what I mean? So hopefully they can come together and do their job, really.
Well, I know we've been in the drought conditions many times before, but this time it seems different.
Yes, I think it's been they've been waiting too long to come to a decision, and I think they're going to have to be forced into one. Hopefully it's going to be the right one. It won't cost us taxpayers.
Teamwork, it's got to work together.
What do you think about a desalination plant?
I think I'm for it.
Can I say muchos rain dances?
We need water. The city needs water. The kids need water. The hospital patients need water.
It's not just the people I spoke with today that shared their thoughts on this. Many of you have commented how you feel about our water crisis on social media. Now, that's why we're asking you to weigh in on our Facebook poll. Do you support the state intervention for Corpus Christi's looming water shortage? Head over to our Facebook page and tell us what you think. We'll be sharing the results tomorrow morning on Chris 6 Sunrise. Now, we've talked a lot about water, but even with the recent rain, how drastic is our current water situation? For that answer, we are actually joined by meteorologist Stephen Jones. Stephen, welcome.
Well, thank you, Claire. I mean, the water situation, I know it's been very serious, and we're all hoping for a little bit more rain. Unfortunately, right now, the forecast not calling for as much of that rain, but this morning, we did pick up just a little bit. Not quite as much as we needed, but hey, we're not going to turn away any of those drops right now. Here's a radar loop of what those storms looked like as they moved their way through yesterday afternoon, dropping that hail into West Texas, and actually good portions of our watershed also picking up some of that precipitation. And then as it worked its way closer to Corpus Christi, we even had some rumbles of thunder in our neck of the woods this morning. Woke up many of the neighbors, getting that into the Coastal Bend Weather Watchers group, but some good totals as they worked into Corpus Christi also. Looking at that total wide view for us, you could see the highest totals, that was in the northern portions of the watershed, and when you consider our ongoing drought, it just soaked it all up. But that is some good news as we start to get just a little bit of a diminishing of that drought out there. Eventually, with some more rain, we're going to start to see more and more of that precipitation funnel on down into our watershed and into our reservoirs. Closer to home here in the Coastal Bend, you can see not quite as high in terms of those totals out there, but hey, we still picked up some of those drops. So let's take a closer look with our Chris 6 neighborhood weather network with some of that precipitation. Closer to Lake Corpus Christi, picking up about 0.2 of an inch there on County Road 370 was the big winner there. But as we work closer to the south side here and for Flower Bluff around the Corpus Christi area, also a couple areas picking up 0.2 of an inch. So a couple of bigger winners out there. I'll break down a little bit more of what you can expect for the rest of your spring break coming up in that full weather forecast.
Stephen, thank you. Remember Joe Elizondo? Neighborhood News reporter Jacob Daniels introduced him back to us in February. He showed Jacob the rain barrels he picked up from the city after the much needed rain this weekend. Jacob went back to visit him today to see if it actually worked.
This little rain that came in filled up all the barrels, all the way to the top.
Together, his 4 barrels hold 220 gallons. Joe also sticks a bucket under his roof valley known when he knows rain is coming. If you want to get one yourself, the city of Corpus Christi Water sells 55-gallon barrels for just $47, and people are buying. Last year alone, they sold nearly 1,200 of them. Authorities are searching for a federal inmate who walked away from a federal correctional institution yesterday. 29-year-old Daniel Peña was sentenced to 70 months for possessing more than 5 kilograms of cocaine. The satellite camp at Three Rivers is a minimum security prison, and he was working when he was discovered missing from the camp. Environmental concerns over regulation, rollbacks, and how this could have a major impact here in the Coastal Bend. I'll share the details next.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Welcome back. The EPA has rolled back a federal rule that previously allowed the government to regulate greenhouse gases emission vehicles from vehicles. Environmental advocates say they're concerned the change could eventually impact how other industries are regulated, including facilities here in Corpus Christi.
They're not going to have as strict permitting guidelines, and they won't be held accountable to standards like they have been in the past.
Campbell says for communities living near Refinery Row, neighbors are already nervous about air quality impacting their health, and changes to emission rules are something many will be watching closely.
And things are heating up outside. We're seeing more of those 90s make their return to the board, and if everything verifies, potentially even some of that record-breaking heat here in Corpus Christi. I'll break down what you can expect for the rest of your spring break coming up after this short break. Well, howdy and happy Wednesday, Coastal Bend. I'm meteorologist Stephen Jones. Taking a live view from our USS Lexington cam, thanks to First Community Bank, it has been heating up out there. A little bit of a toasty Wednesday on our hands, sitting at 93 degrees here in Corpus Christi. Winds also fairly breezy, west-northwesterly at 17 miles an hour, and that 93 degrees, if it does verify, will be record-breaking for today. Our current record stands at 91 from 2023, so we're going to see exactly how it stacks up after the National Weather Service rounds everything out. But over the past 10 hours, we've been on the warm-up nonetheless. We got up to about 88 by 2 p.m., and we've been sitting in those lower 90s for the past couple of hours. Luckily, we do have that cold front working in tonight, and these temperatures are going to be quite different as we're heading into our Thursday. But as we're looking in your neighborhood, plenty of those 90s on the board. 92 degrees right now in Robstown. San Diego matching that 92-degree mark, but if you find yourself closer to the coast for spring break as it's going on, 87 in Port Aransas, feeling like that 85-degree mark, 89 for Rockport currently as we're heading into our Wednesday evening. But as we're looking there closer to the coast for spring break, we do have a couple of advisories in place. One of them, that coastal flood advisory along the island. That's going from Rockport into Port Aransas and down along the island. That's seeing some of that water coming up to the dunes, and definitely want to be mindful of it if you're heading out there. Also a little bit further south, also have that rip current statement closer to South Padre Island. And as you head up closer to Corpus Christi, we don't have that official rip current statement in effect, but still want to be mindful of those rip currents if you're heading out there for spring break. So what we're expecting for the rest of our week, well, we're going to have a breezy, well, we had that breezy morning earlier today, but it's going to be lightening up later today as we're heading into it. And as we're heading into the next couple of days, cooler starts for us today and tomorrow, heading into tomorrow morning, but plenty of sunshine is on the board as we're going to be closing out our spring break. Let's walk you through on that future tracker with some of the temperatures out there. You can see how we're dropping into tonight, going towards 70 degrees there, but also by tonight, that's where we start to see the windiest gusts make their arrival into the coastal bend. That's where the National Weather Service has issued that wind advisory for us. This is going to be in effect from 10 p.m. tonight through 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, so want to have those loose objects tied down. If it's your trash day, you might find it blown just a couple of doors down the road, but keep in mind as we head through the rest of the day tomorrow, should start to see those winds lighten up as we head into the afternoon. And in terms of the daytime highs, like we talked about, much different than what we saw today. Tomorrow morning, pretty cool in the 50s, but by tomorrow afternoon, I'm only expecting those lower 70s here here in Corpus Christi. Find yourself in Port Aransas, you might only be seeing those mid to upper 60s for some of your daytime highs. So very cool weather on the way as we head through the next couple of days, and even a chillier start as we're heading into Friday morning. Likely to see more of those 40s on the board, so keep that jacket handy as we're heading through the next couple of days. Luckily, as we're heading into the weekend, things start to calm down a little bit and warm back up, but we have another roller coaster of temperatures on the way. We're going to take a trip upstairs to the upper level pattern here. You can see our current upper level trough responsible for the cool down that we're going to be seeing tomorrow. It's going to make its way onto the east as we're going through these next couple of days, but what we're watching for as we head into the weekend, this next Arctic intrusion heading into the central United States by that Sunday timeframe, it's going to cool things off as we're heading into Monday and for St. Patrick's Day here into the coastal bend. A steep drop in those temperatures. By Sunday, we get some good warming, some of that downslope warming, in fact, that almost pushes us up towards 90 degrees once again. Luckily, that next cold front that's on the board, that steep drop back to below average temperatures as we're heading into next week. And like I said, also towards that St. Patrick's Day timeframe. So all in all, for our 7-day forecast as we're looking through it, that roller coaster forecast, but plenty of sunshine is looking just about right in terms of those temperatures, if you ask me, as we're heading into the weekend. That next cold front puts us back into the lower 70s, though, as we head into St. Patrick's Day.
Stephen, thank you. The United States continued strikes on Iran last night. Central Command says that they've eliminated 16 Iranian mine lane vessels near the Strait of Hormuz. The war has significantly slowed down shipments through the strait, which sees 20% of the world's oil supply pass through it each day.
In my opinion, look, we took out just about all of their mine ships in one night. We're up to boat number 60. I didn't realize they had that big a Navy. I would say it was big and ineffective. But every one of their ships, just about all of their Navy is gone.
According to the president, the United States military is using the same technology that has been used against alleged drug trafficking boats in the Caribbean and Eastern Pacific. The Austin mass shooter who killed 3 people had previously been accused of threatening someone with a gun, according to recently unveiled police records. Scripps News Group senior national investigative correspondent Lori Jane has the details.
About 2.5 years before the gunman in these images fired shots that killed 3 people in Austin, he was accused of threatening someone else. In a Pflugerville, Texas police report obtained by Scripps News, officers said they responded to a call in August 2023 in which Jaga Janya, the Austin shooter, was accused of threatening a worker at an auto body shop with a gun. The person who filed the report, according to police, said the two got into an argument over the repairs completed on Janya's black Cadillac Escalade. He said Janya then threatened him by pointing at what he described as a gray army gun in the side panel of the vehicle door. Police then stopped Janya in the parking lot and searched his vehicle, but ultimately never found a firearm. Instead, they located a gray wheel locking device inside the SUV. Records show this incident came months after a call he made in 2022 to a crisis center in New York, making threats that he might harm himself, and after divorce filings that year in which a court ruled that Janya had a history of family violence. New records obtained by Scripps News reveal more context about that violence. In a 2020 police report from Bexar County, Texas, the mother of Janya's children reported that he yanked her out of his vehicle and shoved her to the ground when she tried to hug her child, and then she said he threatened to kill her and beat her with a steering wheel locking tool. Then, this month, Austin police say Janya fired shots at multiple people, striking 19 and killing 3 before police shot and killed him.
Stop moving! Stop moving!
Lori Jane Galiha, Scripps News Group.
A special anniversary worthy of a celebration at Corpus Christi Stamp Works. I'll share the details next.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
A downtown business is providing that trust stands the test of time. Corpus Christi Stamp Works is marking 75 years of accreditation with the Better Business Bureau, a rare achievement for any company. For more than 7 decades, the business has upheld BBB standards for ethics and honesty. The city honored the company this morning with a proclamation recognizing their longevity and impact in the community. We asked the owner of their secret on staying in business for so long.
You've got to have good customers to great customers. You've got to have a solid staff, and you've got to have great suppliers.
The BBB says this shows how Corpus Christi has the capabilities to manufacture and produce high-quality signage right here in our area.
As we're heading through these next few days of our spring break, it is looking sunny, nice, just about right. If you ask me, we're chasing 80 degrees by Friday. Wall-to-wall sunshine is what you're going to be expecting out there. The only complaint may be a little chilly there Friday morning, 46 degrees, but luckily as we head into the weekend, we're on the warm-up, but there is one more temperature roller coaster on the way. As we're heading into Sunday night, still looking pretty warm there, 89 degrees, but by Monday, we're on the cool down, back to 69, and that we're going to take that on into St. Patrick's Day, only 71 degrees. One thing I do wish was more on the 7-day forecast. I wish there was a little bit more rain on it, but other than that, I can't complain too much about it. How are you feeling about it right now?
Absolutely. I mean, I think for those kiddos that are still on spring break, I mean, this is some perfect weather.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Everybody, thank you so much for watching Chris 6 News. We'll see you here tonight at 6.